So I don't know if y'all know, I've covered this a couple times in the past, but HoYo's, people that make Genshin Impact, people that make Honkai Star Rails, Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai Impact Third, announced they were releasing, or that they had like multiple different games in development. There was like an open world Honkai game. There was an MMO Honkai game. There was like every kind of gaming subgenre is going to have their own Honkai game. This one in specific is called Honkai Nexus Anima. The App Store images have been leaked. It is going to be an auto chess game. This is the next game from HoYo's. I also followed on Twitter, and if y'all don't follow me, by the way, on Twitter, you should definitely follow me on Twitter. I post some really great shit. I followed the Nexus Anima Hub. They claim that they are the #1 reliable source for information, trends, and updates regarding Honkai Nexus Anima. They joined 3 years ago, so they knew that this shit was in production. They knew for a long time, right? This is gonna be a thing. Not just game. Who does this appeal to exactly? I don't know. I don't know. There's been a ton of stuff released recently. May 3rd had. So this was released on May 3rd. Well, let's take a quick look at this first, okay? That looks very much so like the character from Honkai Impact. I forget her name. The main character, Kiana? That looks like a Zenless Zone Zero character, right? I think it's a Zenless Zone Zero character. No, I mean a Honkai Star Rail character. Right? That's an HSR character, right? That was definitely an HSR character. Doesn't look too... The genre is already oversaturated. Really is, yeah. It is Kiana? Okay, I thought it was Kiana. That is Honkai Star Rail. That's Blade? Okay, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Kiana and Blade. Okay. Yeah, I didn't recognize his name, but it appears characters and their Pokemon will be tied together. If you pull for the Pokemon, you also get the character that is tied to the Pokemon, which is honestly, you know what, that's actually okay. That's okay. There's a new Genshin IP titled 1,000 Planets. No way they're making a new Genshin game too. I mean, honestly, when your competition is like Wuwa, Arknights Enfield, Ananta, NTE, Azure Premilia, you gotta innovate, right? Might as well make a new Genshin Impact. Honkai Nexus Anima has received official certification as of July 25th, 2025. Official certification on Bilibili. So they're making a lot of progress very quickly. Then on August 26th, that was just yesterday, new characters revealed for Honkai Nexus Anima. We have Blade on the left. We have what seems to be, that looks kind of like a Genshin character to me. I'm gonna be honest. That looks like a Honkai Star Rail character. And then one over on the right also looks like a Genshin character. So, I mean, the characters here look very cool. Yeah. Making new Genshin is a bit outdated tactic, at least for 5 years. I mean, you're not wrong. Blade with an umbrella. Hey, it might be rating. She has an umbrella too, right? He has an umbrella. She has that hairstyle over on the right. She doesn't need an umbrella. Genshin 1,000 Planets is what they're calling it. At least that is the working title. Yeah. So, Honkai Nexus Anima in-game images. Here we go. So they do utilize chibi graphics. Honestly, this doesn't look bad. This doesn't really appeal to me. Do you get to run around the town though? Are there like towns and cities that you can explore? Because she looks very cute as a character. I mean, she kind of looks cute, like adorable. She looks cute as a character, like a demon girl. That she even has like demon ears. Okay, that's pretty sick. I don't know who she is. Does anyone know who that is? They created so many characters in 3 games. They can reuse them in crossovers in their 4 games. They really can, yeah. Does it like, I don't know. I don't know enough about the HoYo's games to know if she's already a pre-established character. There's Kiana and the dog. Yeah, that dog there is looking at her and he's like, damn, you know, damn girl. So Kiana here is riding what seems to be a Dratini. So it does look like there is so here's what I'm hoping. I'm genuinely hoping that this entire thing, like all the city and cities, plural, are fully explorable. That you can run around it, you can enter the buildings, you can interact with the NPCs. Maybe the like NPCs that you recruit are actually going to populate the town. That'd be really sick. That'll be really cool. But it looks like they're providing areas for you to explore. You can see in the top right, all the way like up here, they have what seems to be more buildings, and over here too. So maybe you can freely run around the forest as well.Maybe they'll expand the world bit by bit and you kind of go. Yeah, I mean, that could be really cool. Kind of has like 8 different forms. Yeah, I do. I know it. I've seen enough Galboru and Donboru content to know that each character has a lot of different forms. Yes. So many Pokemon-like games and mechanics right now. True. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Here is, that guy has a loaf of bread as a head. That is awesome, dude. Genuinely, that is fucking sick. I would love to play as a piece of toast. Hell yeah. He even has a goddamn toaster on his back as a backpack. That is awesome. That's probably the best picture thus far. He literally, chat, this character is genuinely cooked. He's a piece of toast with a toaster on his back that popped out of the toaster. He's cooked. Genuinely. Dog is so close to the Pokemon. There are very Pokemon-esque looking characters. Yes. I'm actually kind of surprised that this game actually doesn't look terrible. There will be no signature weapons or relics in Honkai Nexus Anima. Okay. That sounds really good. I hate farming for relics. I also hate having signature weapons because you're pretty much required to purchase them. Every character in WoWa that I play, I have to roll for the weapons for too, because I feel like it's just you're inhibiting yourself by not having them. So many people try to make a great Pokemon game because Pokemon Company fails to use right. People want to make a good Pokemon game because Pokemon itself sucks, and they could be doing so much with it, but they're not. So which version of Dokkaev? Dude, Dokkaev, is that even still coming? Monsters are AI only. Okay, yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest, it would have been a little bit weird if you could control your Pokemon too. But I mean, I guess that kind of would have been cool, a little bit. There are Eidolons in the game and gacha drawn characters. These determine the leader options available to you. Okay. Co-op is optional. That's actually kind of good. That for these Pokemon clones after considering the state of the franchise, yeah, 100%. That is actually very cool though. I do want co-op to be a thing. I want to be able to, that guy has a cake as a head in the background. That's sick. I want to be able to explore this world with Mrs. Stix, 100%. That is definitely one of the decisions of all time. So that's why Genshin, Star Rail, and ZC recently had auto chess events with slightly different mechanics. They were literally testing for their newest game. I have seen that, yeah. HoYo's slapping Honkai's name on everything. The reason for that is because they could do crossovers with it, I think, right? So the reason for that is that they could just have the same recurring characters, right? You can have like Ciela, you can have Himeko, you can have Bronya, you can have Raiden Mei, or Raiden Shogun, or Raiden in general, and you can just reuse the same character models but change very subtle pieces of them. And it's literally a guaranteed recipe for success, because you have Honkai Impact, then you have Honkai Star Rail, then you're gonna have another Honkai game. People that love the other Honkai games are naturally gonna play this one because it's gonna, you know, have references, it's gonna have characters, and if you love a character in a current Honkai game, you're probably gonna want to play the new version of the character in the new Honkai game until you have 7 different Honkai games with 7 different variants of characters and 7 different worlds that you're actually a part of. Could be a cool side game. It really could. Yeah, like, no hate to HoYo, they have a perfect formula. And they absolutely dominate that with that formula. So no shade. They are great business minds that know their target demographic and what they're doing. Yes. And honestly, if people want to play it, more power to them. This is something I would definitely try. This is something I would definitely play. I don't know if I play it long term, but I am down for playing every single new gacha game and every single type of new gacha game. You want to cater to every type of game and customer instead of one type of gacha gamer. Won't be surprised by tower defense game in the next few years. Yeah, exactly. That's perfectly fine. Too much Honkai. I do agree. I think they should start kind of like diverging a little bit from the Honkai intellectual property. Maybe bring in new characters. Maybe bring in a new title. But that is technically what they're doing with Astuweave Haven. Right? Sure, we might have Genshin Impact 2, we might have 73 different Honkai games coming, but we also have Astuweave Haven. It's going to appeal to a lot of people that they don't currently appeal to. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.